What's going on, y'all? I'm Czar, and I want to show you a brand new plugin from Waves called Retrofi. So for the second consecutive year, Waves has given us a free plugin for Black Friday and then a brand new plugin on Cyber Monday. And this Cyber Monday 2021, we have Retrofi. Retrofi is a effects plugin that's going to add an old school vibe mixed with some lo-fi elements to your tracks. Let's take a closer look. So this is Retrofi, a very kind of cartoony, transformer, retro-ish UI that we have here. A little different than, well, very different from what we normally see from Waves, but very interesting UI and look here. But let's go over these controls and then I will show you what it sounds like. I'm going to show it to you on some music production. So this is broken up into four different sections: device, space, noise, and mechanics. So device is going to choose the device sound, and we have four different options here, starting from the left, which is going to be the brightest, and it's going to get darker the more we go counterclockwise, with the last one just being flat. And then here we have the styler, which is going to give you the sound from the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. So if we look at four different options here and then four different options here, you can see how many different options we have available here. Below that you have tone, which is going to further manipulate the sound depending on what device you have set here. And then you've got squash, which is if you move it counterclockwise, you're going to be doing compression, and if you move it clockwise, you're going to be doing expansion. And ringer is ring modulation, and then you got your wet and dry here. And you can bypass the section completely by clicking the green LED here. Space. So yes, this is lo-fi space. This section was removed to create lo-fi space, which we saw Black Friday. So just in case you missed that, it is a delay and reverb, and we can set between BPM, host BPM of the session, and then milliseconds. You got your output levels here: spring, plate reverb, and ping pong on and off, feedback control, and then mix. Noise. This is an interesting section here. It's going to introduce, there we go. This is going to introduce different noise types into the signal. And you can do that either by ducking it or using a gate. So when you duck it, as the signal increases, it's going to push this noise down. And with the gate, as the signal increases, it's going to bring that noise in. Then below that, you have your level for it, and then you have pre and post. So what this is going to do is it's going to put this noise either before or after the space section. So if you want that noise to be a part of the reverb and delay, you can set it to pre. If you want it to happen after that section, you can set it to post. Mechanics. So we have two identical rows here: wow, wobble, and speed. And A is going to be like a cassette tape sound, and B is going to be more so towards vinyl. So wow is going to be your pitch modulation. It's going to vary the pitch. Wobble is going to handle the amplitude, and then speed is going to be the modulation between a wow and wobble. And across the bottom, you have input for globally input for the plugin, high pass filter, low pass filter. The more you turn this clockwise, it's going to narrow the sound and make it mono, and then you've got output. Okay, so let's listen to what this sounds like. Let's close this and open up one I have here on this drum loop. So because this is Retrofi, I put together something that's a little retro, pun intended. So let's first bypass this and listen to it. So this is what it sounds like. And this is now with Retrofi. Okay, so let's go through this. Let's start with the drum loop. We'll solo it, and let's go through some of these device types as well as the styler, just to show you what that does and the different type of sounds that you can get from it. Actually, let's bypass these other sections for now. Okay, let's look at so like I said, to the left, this is compression, and then to the right is expansion. And if you're at 12 o'clock here at 0, you're not doing anything. And the ring modulation. All right, let's move on to the next section, which is space, which again, this is lo-fi space. So I think I've got some reverb going on here. All right, I'm not using the echo, of course, because this is drums. All right, let's add in the noise. So I've got the noise set to gate, and I'm going to bring this in and out so you can hear what it's doing. Okay, so now you hear what that's doing. Let's go through some different options. So you can click on it to go through them. And you can also use your scroll wheel to go through them as well. And you can also click and hold and scroll through them that way. So I'm just going to click through and let's go through the digital ones. All right, let's go to the vinyl. All right, let's do one more. Let's do mechanics. Okay, so that gives you an idea of what that does. The last section, mechanics, let's mess with that. Actually, for mechanics, let's switch over to this synth bell and solo that, and we'll use the mechanics here. So that was the A side, which is cassette, and let's do the vinyl, which is going to be the B. Okay, and that's not meant to be used as a one or the other. You can certainly blend those two, the A and the B, to get whatever sound that you like. I'm going to switch over to another track and show you how I use Retro-Fi on some pianos. So I've got Retro-Fi on these piano tracks and one of the drum tracks. I'm going to play this without Retro-Fi, and then halfway through I'm going to bring in Retro-Fi so you can hear what it's doing. All right. Let's take a closer look at what I'm doing here. Let's kind of go through these tracks. So this is some chords, and I'm using lo-fi space. Where is it? Here on this track. All right, the next track. And let's go to that drum track. And we'll do one more. Let's see what this is. Okay, so final thoughts on retro-fi here. I think for music producers looking to switch up sounds, especially for loops and samples, this is really great. A lot of options with the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and then different device types. I think once you use this for a while, you'll be able to just kind of dial in your favorites or know which is kind of your go-to to get what you're looking for. And with the noise, which on its own seems annoying, but it does really add a cool element once you get it in there with the gate or ducking it, whichever one you prefer. So far, I've used it mostly on gates or as the gate option. And I didn't show this, but this is a really cool plugin for like ad libs and like ad lib singing vocals, ad lib rap vocals, just to give it something that you would normally put that telephone effect on. This can be really cool for that. I'm doing a mix right now where I'm using retro-fi on some background vocals and ad libs on a singing pop song that's working really well. So definitely like this. Only thing I would like under noise here, if we just hit like a back and forwards, you can quickly go back and forward with the noise options here, would be one thing that I would like to see. But I really like plugins that allow me to manipulate sound, and this is definitely one of them. So I will have a link in the description if you want to check this out and learn more about it. If you enjoyed this video, I appreciate a thumbs up, and if you want to continue to see content from me, then you know what to do. All right, any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll catch y'all next time. If you're interested in having me mix your song and my mastering engineer D. Lyles master it, check my link tree in this video description. From there, you can email me, you can visit my website, and check out mixes that I've done.